Mike Jones Beats.
Gorilla edibles. And hey, don't forget the milk. If they can't show you where they get their CMOS from, don't consume it.
Somebody already got kicked. Dope. Somebody already got kicked. Dope.
Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing and get thrown out the conversation. Throw up two fingers and tell them, please don't keep the drama away. Bye. Donate to the cause and hit the cash app. And if you ain't got it, them likes are free. Go and smash that. BBN, hit that with a hashtag. Sick with the content, come around and need a hazmat. Jack Frost, yeah, you dudes need to back off. He got the work around here, yeah, we all tip our hats off. Keep the same name, that's what you point for. But if you coming back in, put a 2.0. Big bags, and you asking what they heavy for. Foot and ass be going hella crazy with the petty wars. Good conversation, that's what we be really ready for. The conversation like being on the bottom of a heavy whore. Nah, why niggas be like that? Unsubscribe and tell them, yo, hey, I'll be right back. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing.
Yeah, bags. We just kicked that guy straight out the door. We don't got time for that. We hold those over here. Who the fuck is that dude? Hold on. Can we get bags in the chat? Y'all don't see it, but somebody got hit with bags. Can we get all the bags?
BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Hey, yo, check this out. There was no live yesterday. I want to apologize about that. I was getting some stuff together. There was no live yesterday. I want to apologize about that. I was getting some stuff together. With that being said, apparently I buy a lot of water, apparently. Shout out to that shit. With that being said, how's everybody doing? Today we want to have a conversation, by the way. I want to have a couple of conversations. I want there to be an open discussion. So today's open discussion, we're going to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. But in addition to talking about whatever you guys want to talk about, in addition to that, I want to discuss this whole Trick Daddy thing. Is Trick Daddy going after Beyonce and Jay-Z now? I'm curious. What do y'all guys think about this? The reason why I'm saying that is, just so we can be 100% transparent, the reason why I'm saying that is because, so he gave like an apology. For everybody that didn't hear it, Trick Daddy gave like an apology. I mean, it wasn't a real apology, but it was kind of an apology. Trick Daddy gave an apology. After Trick Daddy gave during the apology he was given, he also said it was not an apology. So he gave an apology, not an apology. He did. Sorry about that. He did. He gave an apology. So I just want to know. I want to know what y'all guys think about that, and just in general, anything y'all want to talk about this morning. Let's have a discussion about that. But and I wanted to talk a little bit about sports today, if we okay with that. I want to talk a little bit about sports today because that damn guard from Atlanta, he was cutting them niggas' asses last night. So we want to have a discussion about that also. But the dude just called the Beehive roaches. Trick Daddy just called the Beehive roaches. I'm just curious about that. I want to know what you guys think about that, because that's bananas. The Beehive is probably the most we will stalk you forever group out there right now. He just called the Beehive roaches. He compared the Beehive to roaches. He didn't literally said the Beehive is roaches. He said I'm more scared of roaches than I am bees. Therefore making a comparison between bees and roaches, therefore making it seem like he's saying that the Beehive is comparing them to roaches. If nobody else got that. Anyway, so let's get to the actual show. I didn't know what we was gonna make today about. I was just gonna do open discussion, to be honest with you. But I do want to say this in regards to this whole. In regards to also, y'all can ask me anything. Referring to pop culture, not my personal life. What up, your boy Jimmy Belcher? Shout out to Jimmy Belcher. Shout out to Black Cuddy. Salute to the Black Spades. Shout out to Prince Tourme. Says good morning, everyone. Want to be clear about something. I don't know if this is like a real beef going on. I hate when the window does that. I don't know if this is a real beef going on, or if they're just trying to just have Beyonce's name and Jay-Z's name out there in the world right now. Because not for nothing, there's nothing that happened. Okay, so what up, Aisha? Just speaking from a standpoint of a person that wants to be in the media, whatever the case is, you need your name to be popping out there every once in a while. There is nobody out here that could really beef with Jay-Z or Beyonce, so how could they keep their name relevant? The only way they could keep their name relevant, is by having other people mentioning their names, right? So this might just be a plan or a scheme thing going on. Also, remember, people are paying attention to Trick Daddy right now because of the whole Trina situation. For everybody that don't know, I don't think this is beef at all. I don't think, just so we can be clear, I don't think Trick Daddy is beefing at them at all. I just think it's interesting that he's saying their names unnecessarily. Shout out to Black Power Cross. He says, good morning, fam. Blessings in abundance. In abundance. That's the point. Trick Daddy is not relevant. Hold on. I don't like when the sunlight comes in because I'm not facing in that direction. Give me 1 second. Here we go. What up, Brandon Washington? I do need you to send me all the information on that thing, Brandon Washington. I want to make sure I do my due diligence. With that being said, yeah, I don't think this is a beef. I don't think Trick Daddy is trying to beef. Not for nothing. I think he might have just accidented himself into this situation. And the reason why I'm saying I think he might have just accidented himself into this situation is what a lot of people fail to realize. Remember when Trump was running for office? Anybody remember when Trump was running for office? Trump didn't initially come out and start talking about the Mexicans. Trump wasn't talking about the Mexicans. Trump was talking about Obama this, Obama that, Obama this, Obama that. Then I think Trump heard somebody else say something about the Mexicans. And then after that, Trump started going in on the Mexicans like crazy. Then after that, Trump started going in on the Mexicans like crazy. So the point in which I'm trying to make is that might be just what just happened to Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy might have just seen now people care about what he has to say because he's talking about Beyonce. So he's probably going to be talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z for a little while. And in addition to that, remember, Jay-Z and Beyonce, well, Jay-Z more than anybody else, Beyonce wasn't really around yet, was on their come up around the time that Trina and Trick Daddy was doing their thing. So he was around, they were operating around the same time, so he would have an understanding about what was going on in the music industry around the same time that Jay-Z was about to blow what Jay-Z was blowing. But even more that did not come out right, but even more importantly than that, freaking Trick Daddy, and this is the thing that always killed me about Trick Daddy. I never understood. Trick Daddy just disappeared. Is nobody asking about that? Trick Daddy just disappeared. Trick Daddy, they was coming out with songs, and then all of a sudden, up north, we just didn't hear about Trick Daddy no more. Tell me where I'm wrong. Anybody else in New York? It was just there was Trick Daddy Trina music, and all of a sudden it just stopped. I don't know what to tell you. So I don't know what was going on down there. I guess we would need somebody from Florida, from the South, to put us on to whatever was going on with Trick Daddy around that time. But it was just, we had Trick Daddy Trina music, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. And then there was like rumors that Trina had caught AIDS or some shit. Anybody remember that? It was rumors that Trina had caught HIV or Trina caught AIDS, or like they was dogging her. I don't know if any of that is true. I'm not saying it's not true neither. I'm not taking a position on whether she has HIV or AIDS or anything like that. I'm not taking a position. What up, King Will? He says BB and Frost, salute. Yeah, I'm not taking a position on that. Yo, but on some real shit. Anybody else remember that, or am I the only one? He just disappeared. I don't know if he got locked up. I don't know what the hell happened to him. He just disappeared. Am I the only one that remembers that? Anyway, so apparently he has like a talk show or something, like a podcast or something going on down there, something like that. So that's what they be on there talking, going back and forth and whatnot. So freaking oh, this is another thing. So he has a store. Y'all know. Hold on. So he has a store. Y'all know this, right? He has a restaurant. Trick Daddy restaurant. Apparently, the Beehive went to the site on his Yelp, and now his restaurant is down to 2.5. Like that's so fucked up, man. That's not even funny. That's fucked up. Yeah, so now his restaurant score went down to like 2.5 because the Beehive went there and gave him a whole bunch of bad publicity, which is kind of messed up, not for nothing. There's people that work at that store that, real quick, I'm going to say something real quick. So I was somewhere and I had got bad service recently. I'm not going to say where. So I was somewhere and I got bad service recently. Like, yeah, they doing too much. I'm going to explain. I was somewhere and I got bad service recently. So when I got the bad service, the individual that gave me the bad service, they was trying to argue and they was yelling and screaming and talking crazy or whatever. The other people that was working there, they was like, they understood that there was a problem. They knew me. This one person didn't know me. That's fine. So after the fact, we got everything sorted out. I was not wrong. Apparently, I just walked up to the person. I asked the person for a thing. The person didn't want to get me the thing. And then somebody came after me and asked the person for the same exact thing. The person got them the thing. So then I was just standing there. I didn't say nothing to nobody. I was just standing there. One of the other people asked me, did I need anything? And I said, yeah, I needed a thing. And then they said, why didn't I ask that person? I said, I asked that person. They told me they didn't want to get it for me. Then the individuals started going off and started talking crazy. Anyway, so after the fact, they wanted me, they asked me did I want to tell his manager or make a complaint on him or some shit like that, right? So I ain't make no complaint or nothing. But you understand why we don't make complaints on people for no reason? Because there's individuals that they need that person to be able to pay bills. I don't know if that individual has kids at home, have people that depend on them to be able to pay bills. So I'm not on the side of the Beehive doing that to do, because there's people that work at that establishment that they pay is probably dependent on how well that establishment does. That establishment doing bad means that there's people that might not have a job tomorrow. So I'm not on the side of the Beehive with that shit. I think that's bullshit. Don't do that. You're messing with people's jobs. You're messing with people's livelihoods. I think that's so I'm not with that type of shit at all. It's not even a little, not even zero. Messing with people's lives, you're messing with people's livelihoods. Now, if the person was just a flat out racist, the person wasn't racist, the person was black. But if the person was a flat out racist, then I believe you got an obligation. Because you don't never know who's gonna come behind you. What up, Black Wall? You don't never know who's gonna come behind you. You understand? You don't never know who's going to come behind you. The person that comes behind you might not have the ability to be able to defend themselves. Might not have the ability to be able to protect themselves. So you don't know who's coming behind you. So I think that we got to keep that focus. Yeah. It is hater type shit. I'm sorry to say. There's people that work there. There's people that's like, I don't know no other way to say that. There's other people that work there. That's the only, and another reason why I always say, definitely always let employers know about the racist employees that they got working for them is because there's a lot of people who are not racist that want that same job, that want that same position. So there's reasons to tell somebody's boss on them. There's reason to get people removed from their job. There's reasons. Because there's a lot of racist teachers right now in the South and in the North also. Don't get it confused. But there's a lot of racist teachers right now in schools teaching students to not like them and to not like themselves and to not reach their full potential. Remember, children got to be taught to not reach their full potential. Because a child will accidentally go straight to their full potential. Prince to a man says they give him power to trick words. Let that man speak his part and let that business be. My thing is, Trick Daddy said a thing they don't like. Go after him all you want, but definitely don't attack his business because there's other people that rely on that. But definitely go after him all you want. Go after Trick all you want, but there's other people that rely on his business being able to be successful in order for them to be able to eat. Let's not do that. But, you know, people are going to be people. People are going to be people. Anyway. Did you see how he tried to say, I think he tried to say Nicki Minaj, the Bobs? He even tried to get the Bobs involved in it. I think there was Bobs that was like, we not getting involved in this shit. I think he even tried to get the Bobs involved in it. I think he even tried to get the Bobs involved in it. That's a fact. And the Bobs is like, nah, we ain't got no problem with the beehive. So shout out to that shit. Niggas is weird. Niggas is weird. What y'all want to talk about? Nah, Nicki's Bobs is still out there. I think they just haven't been doing unnecessary violence. I think they just haven't been doing unnecessary violence. Nicki Bobs is still out there, man. Nicki's Bobs is definitely still out there. I think they just not doing unnecessary violence. Tamika Mallory is live. Yeah, I think that's all that is. I think they just not doing any unnecessary violence. But definitely the Bobs is still out there. What are you talking about? Bobs ain't going nowhere. Did you see Nicki Minaj wear a pair of Crocs and then all of a sudden those Crocs sold out? Where do you think the Bobs is going, homie? Did you see that? Nicki Minaj wore a pair of Crocs and then all of a sudden the Crocs sold out. Where do you think the Bobs is going, homie? Bobs ain't going nowhere. Stop. Bobs ain't going nowhere. Crocs. She wore a pair of Crocs. They sold out. Nicki Minaj ain't going nowhere, man. Bobs ain't going nowhere. That's power. That's power. I don't know what to tell you. Power. My fault. I'll say this much. We're not really talking about that right now. I'll say this much. You met Black Power Crosses. I met Shaft in New Jersey from 10 Toes Down. His platform is silent. Salute. I want to say this real quick. And this is the odd thing about just hip hop in general, right? So right now we're doing verses. Verses is the closest that we've ever came to appreciating the past in hip hop. We don't usually appreciate the past in hip hop. Usually it's about how much better the now is than the past. Tell me the truth. Is that not the truth? That's usually what rap is about. Yo, but that last generation wasn't as good as this generation, or the other generation was way better than this generation. This new generation ain't shit. That's basically what rap is. That's basically what we do, right? So look. Finally, the verses is putting us in a situation where people are appreciating. The music from yesteryear. And I say all that to say this, right? I want to know, when are we going to start having the Golden and Oldies show, but with hip-hop? I think we need one of those. I think right now, a show like that will bang. I think that if we can get United Masters, because those are the guys that stay fucking with me when I'm playing music. If we could get United Masters to really fuck with it, maybe we should start trying, and I'm not saying the BBN Network in general, I'm just saying this is something that we need. Maybe we should start having one of these podcasts, that the podcast interview rappers of yesteryear while playing older music and talking about stories of before. We need that. I think we need that. I think that's missing. I think when I turn on these stations on television and I see them talking about the Beatles, and I turn on these stations and I see them talking about freaking the Rolling Stones, and I see them talking about all of these rock bands, and they talking about Kiss, and they got all these movies, and well, we got movies made out of hip hop stars, don't get it confused. But right now, I don't care. I don't care about this idea. Right now, this is just something I hope they do. Right now, you can have somebody like Kiss could go on tour. Right now. Right now, Kiss could go on tour. Right now, the Rolling Stones, I don't know, because these guys, they probably gonna be in a wheelchair. But right now, they can sell tickets, is my point. Right now. When hip-hop stars want to go sell tickets, they got to go over to Europe. They got to go to Asia somewhere. They got to leave the country. Finally, with this versus battle thing, we're shining some light on old music. Why hasn't nobody talked about MC Lyte doing a versus battle yet? Why nobody talked about MC Lyte doing a versus battle against like Queen Latifah or something? I don't understand why that's not a thing. Does MC Lyte have 20 songs? I guess that's the biggest question. But I think that's what we need. We need more of that. You could also mix in the MCs that they didn't necessarily get a record deal, but you know they had some banging mixtapes. Bring them on, interview them about the music industry. That's stuff people want to hear about. That's stuff people want to hear about, in my opinion. We could do that. That'll be a win. You bring some people on from that didn't get record deals. You bring some people on that you know got bad record deals. They can talk about their experience. We play some music from the 80s, playing the music from the 80s, playing the music from the 90s, playing the music from the aughts. I think that's the way to go. I think that's something that we should have been doing. Revolt got a platform. What the fuck? Why are we not doing this? And I think that's part of the problem. I think people are just so busy always thinking that their era or that their generation. So today on Sports Center, on Get Up, they was having a conversation about who's the better basketball player, because somebody recently said, Steve Kerr recently said that Kevin Durant is the most gifted basketball player ever. And that there's an argument could be made about that, but I'm not going here nor there with that. They got into a whole conversation about the era that Michael Jordan played in and the era that is now. And basically what they did is that they said that the defense that was being played back then was so much more difficult to score on than the era that we live in now. That now, if you're an offensive player, you have advantages that you didn't have back then. And back then, you had advantages on defense that you don't have now. So the point in which I'm trying to make is people are always trying to make comparisons how one generation is better than the other. I don't want to make a comparison about how the other generation was worse than this generation, or this generation is better or worse than the other generation. I just want people to have a full understanding about what was going on, or a better understanding about what was going on in hip-hop, as far as with the music, as far as with the creative control, as far as with what the artist was thinking, what the music execs was thinking. And I think that that's a good way to go, and I think that that's a show that maybe that they should think about putting on the air, just in general. And where's our MC Lyte versus Queen Latifah versus, right? Because if you're from the 90s, that's the only two people that could do a versus against each other, right? You're from the 80s, 90s. Who else could do a versus with Queen Latifah or MC Lyte? You gonna say a Yo-Yo or something? It's literally 10:17 right now. Thought that was interesting. Antoinette? Nah, she wasn't on the same level as those two girls. Also, remember, they have to have 20 songs. I don't even know if MC Lyte got 20 songs. Remember, they have to have 20 songs. Black Power said Ace Hood baby moms is telling on his PPP scam. Sad. First of all, what's sadder? Ace Hood baby moms telling on the PPP scam, or Ace Hood getting $144K and not giving his daughter his baby any? What's sadder? How you get $144K but you don't give your baby any? You don't want to. You so mad at your baby moms that your own kid also can't benefit. Y'all's different than me. Y'all's different than me. I don't care what I think about my baby moms. If I'm doing well, my kid gotta do well. So that means that I didn't got a choice. I chose the bitch. Part of my language. But that you chose the bitch. I don't know what to tell you. You chose her. If you doing well, your kid should do well. If your baby mom's gotta do well, because of that, you chose her. You chose her. So he should have. I don't know how you get 144K and don't give her nothing. Just so we can be clear. And it was scammed also. So you not only you got 144K. I don't know if he told her. He might not have told her. Black Power Cross says, what's worse, why did you tell her? He might not have told her. She might have just looked his name up. Because you could literally just look anyone's name up and see if they did a PPP scam. You could literally just look a person's name up. So he might not have told her. She might have just looked it up just off of whatever. Or she might have found out. I don't know. He might not have told her. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. He might have told her. But I don't know. We don't know if he told her. We don't know how she found out. But how do you get 144K and scamming from the government and you don't give none to your child, though? That's crazy. If the mother just got to do good, then the mother just got to be doing well also. Yeah, so I don't understand that. That's the part I don't understand. So you got all this money and you didn't give none to your child because you didn't want to give none to your child's mother. My child's mother's just gonna have to do good. That's it. My child's mother's just gonna have to have money from me. That don't make sense to me. That don't make sense to me. So as far as that is concerned, he was just asking for problems. That was karma. That was karma. But everybody was gonna get caught anyway, so it don't matter. But that was karma. You was just asking for problems. She said that he said he made the business was making. Said he had some hundreds amounts of employees or some shit like that. He was like, nope. Because remember, only thing you supposed to be paying, the PPP loan is so you could afford to pay your employees. Just so everybody can be clear. For everybody that don't know what the PPP loan is, the PPP loan is so you can pay your employees. That's it. That's the only thing you're supposed to be using PPP loans for. Paying your employees. Make sure that your employees can keep a salary while we going through this particular situation with the COVID. That's what the PPP loan is for. For everybody that don't know. That and that's it. It's not for nothing else. It's only for paying your employees. So you have to say that you have a certain amount of employees in order to get a certain amount of money. So if they gave him $144,000, that means that he said he had a shitload of employees. He's going to jail for a couple of years. A lot of people are going to jail for a couple of years. A lot of people going to jail for a couple of years. Do not get this confused. Literally, these people sent their information. They scammed the IRS. That's literally the feds. For everybody that don't know, the federal government and the IRS, same people. They are literally the feds. And why can't I? There we go. They're literally the same people. Okay. Remember, when they went us going after Al Capone, that was the federal government. That's when the IRS was created, right? Isn't that how the IRS was created? Going after Al Capone. The feds going after a gangster created the IRS. That's the person that these individuals decided to cheat out of money. So I don't know what to tell you. Black Power Cross says, I got a small settlement, broke my daughter's mother off, gotta show love, her car newer than mine. Look, I don't understand. Look, this is the part I don't get. I could see if niggas is all struggling, so shorty is on your back about giving money that you don't have. People are always gonna be on your back about giving them money that you don't have. That's just the way it is. They gonna swear you have it, whether you got it or not. Hold on, I get to that in 1 second, Prince to Amir. Just hold on. They're gonna swear you got it, whether you have it or not. They're gonna swear you have it, whether you have it or not. Just so we can be clear. But you not having it and not giving it is totally different than you having it. I don't care how angry you are at that woman or whoever the hell. If you got the money and they got your child, then you should be doing them halfway decent. What the fuck? Prince to Amir said the IRS is a separate bank in and of itself. No, that's not what I was saying at all. I'm saying that the way the IRS was even created, I might be incorrect about this, but the way the IRS was even created is it came out of a branch of the federal government as a necessity as they was trying to capture Al Capone. I believe that's how the IRS basically was created, the agency. I could be wrong, but I believe that's how the agency was created. That's all I'm saying. I don't know where they are right now, how close the two agencies are or aren't, just so we can be clear. Thank you for understanding. Like, I gotta talk like this. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I don't know how the agencies stand now. All I know is that in order to catch Al Capone, they caught Al Capone on racketeering charges. The RICO. That's when RICO was created, right? I believe that's how they caught Al Capone. But even more importantly than that, it was tax evasion, I believe, right? That's what Al Capone went to jail for, tax evasion, right? I could be wrong. No, Al Capone wasn't RICO. Al Capone was tax evasion. So that's the first problem I got with what Ace Hood did. Devil's Advocate said the roots of the IRS go back to the Civil War when President Lincoln and Congress in 1862 created the position of the Commission of the International Revenue and enacted an income tax to pay war expenses. Okay, not a problem. But you do know we're talking about this in the manner of, just so we could be clear, law, like how the IRS is used to go after people. You do know that, right? Oh. Only time two things could be correct is when I'm right about something. Other than that, only one thing could be correct. Shout out to Dog Soldier with the $5.50 drop. The hater drop. As soon as this guy commented this shit, Dog Soldier with the hater drop. What did the 5 fingers Say to the face. Dog soldier. As soon as that motherfucker wrote that down. Look, y'all go do whatever research you want to go do. As far as I know, the IRS was not a government agency used to go after people having the authority to arrest anyone up until the Al Capone situation. Okay. The IRS did not have the authority to arrest anyone. As far as I know. I could be wrong. Just so we can be clear. Y'all could always just go look up Elliot Ness. I believe Elliot Ness was actually an IRS agent to begin with. Wait, was he an IRS agent? I forget. But y'all could also just go look up Elliot Ness. That's around the time that whole situation changed. And they started using the IRS for different things. So that's around that same time. So y'all could just go look up Elliot Ness. It's not that hard. With that being said, what up, Dog Soldier? Freaking yeah, so Ace Hood's a rap, but a lot of these rappers, they're done. Y'all know this, right? A lot of these rappers is done. A lot of these rappers. Remember, I think whatever G Herbo was in trouble for, these guys is done. G Herbo in trouble too. All of these rappers, every single person that did a PPP loan is finished. That ain't supposed to have did a PPP loan. Because what I was trying to explain a moment ago is, dude got 144K from the government, right? He had to say that he had like 200 employees or whatever the case is. How many employees you think these people were saying that's getting millions of dollars? You know how many employees these guys are saying that they have? That's why they getting 11, 12 years, 20 years and shit like that. How many other years they getting? That's why they getting all of these years. These dudes is talking about they got a shitload of freaking employees. They ain't got one. Remember, the PPP loan is to pay your employees off. Don't forget that. That's what the PPP loan is for, to pay your employees off. So right now, these dudes, what we got? Got about 30 minutes left. What else y'all want to talk about? What else y'all want to discuss? Yeah, so Ace Hood, it's a rap for Ace Hood. Alright? His baby mama done told on him, which it don't matter. It don't matter who told on him. He was going to be in trouble. His name's on the list. Just so we can be clear, everybody names that's on that list, they're going to be held accountable. The government is coming for y'all. They're going to, first of all, they need to figure out a way to put people in jail because there's a lot of people that's about to come home. Y'all know that, right? There's a lot of people who are about to have their prison sentences curtailed. There are a lot of individuals that they was expecting to come home 10, 20 years from now. It's going to probably be coming home in the next 3 to 4 years because of this whole marijuana thing. So there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be coming home. And there's also going to be a lot of people that are not going to get arrested now. Just so we could be clear. There's a lot of people that's going to be coming home, and there's going to be a lot of people that's not going to get arrested now. This PPP loan shit, you know how many people took out bad PPP loans? Probably thousands. Probably tens of thousands. So this is tens of thousands of people right now that's got their name on the list to be ready to be picked up and go to jail at any time. Well, okay, so in New York City, the way the law is in New York City is that the police are told not to harass nobody or pick nobody up that's smoking. They're told to leave people alone. You still can't sell weed just outside. You can't just be on the block selling weed. I don't know if the police is arresting anybody for doing that. I don't know if the police is arresting anybody for doing that. But I do know that you cannot just be out on the street selling weed. There was a situation that happened in Times Square a couple of days ago. It was on internet, and apparently the police pulled up on some dude that was selling weed, and they told him to stop, but he just kept selling it. But that might not have been the police also, because we got these like security guys or some shit that be on Times Square, and they not actually police, but they got like a uniform and everything on. So that could have been them. That could have been them and not the actual police officers. But yeah, so you're not supposed to actually sell the weed, but you could smoke apparently anywhere except for inside of parks, which I get, because if you go inside of a park, that's where the kids is gonna be at. But then now you're basically telling people to just, you know, smoke randomly anywhere. So I don't know. Auxiliary police? Nah, they're not even auxiliary police. They're like, I don't know what they are. They aren't police. They're like, it's like there's just a security firm. It's just like just regular security. It's like they just have extra eyes, I guess. You understand what I'm saying? Like just extra eyes. Like their job isn't to get involved in anything. Their job is just so, I guess, when the police show up, they say he did it. I guess, I don't know. I don't know what their job is. I know there's probably some Karens that probably be bothering the shit out of these guys, and they're like, we can't arrest nobody. and she be like, get up, where's your cuffs? Like, I ain't got no cuffs, man. Yeah, I had a situation apparently where I was gonna had a situation where I almost beat up a homeless guy. I'm glad I reevaluated myself, but I got into a situation with a homeless guy, and I'm glad I reevaluated that situation. Black Power crosses, man swings bat at family in SI expressway, traffic breaks windshield. There was a 25, 26-year-old husband and wife that just got killed with their kids in the back seat. There was a Puerto Rican Day parade or something, and so they was driving home with their flag on their car, and they drove through the wrong neighborhood, and the people dragged them out the car and shot them. So people were crazy, man. In front of their kids. They shot them and killed them in front of their kids. People were crazy, man. People are crazy. Now, I don't know what those guys are. I don't know what they are. I don't want to call them auxiliary. I know what auxiliary police look like. These guys don't look like auxiliary police. I don't know where this was. I think it was somewhere out in California or something. I don't know where it was. Yeah, they just killed them. That couple, like, just killed them. No reason. They was just driving, and they ran up on the vehicle. The vehicle had Puerto Rican flag on it. Ran up on the vehicle. Started arguing with the people, pulled the woman out the car she was driving. Like, it was crazy. But what are you gonna, like, it's crazy. Like, what's going on in this world is crazy. And that's why I keep trying to say, especially us as black people, we gotta be mindful. Trey Young is a what? Trey Young is a villain? Yeah, but I've always saw Trey Young as a villain. But I already know what they do. Alright, so I'm going to tell you what they did to Trey Young. So when I was in high school, I had a gym, right? So the first time I ever went to this gym class, just so we could be clear, the first time I ever went to this gym class, we had, okay, so it was like this. Your first year in the high school I went to, you got to take all of the classes. Like, you got to take swimming, you got to take basketball, you got to take volleyball, you got to take everything. Like, you got to take every gym class that it has to offer. And then after your first year or your first semester or some shit like that, then you get to pick and choose which gyms you want to go to. They like just, you know, they give you a sample or whatever. You taste everything. So after they put me in the regular gym that I was supposed to go into, I took basketball. Like, so the basketball coach, it was the first time the basketball coach saw me play. What the basketball coach used to do was this. We would have teams. I think there was 1, 2, 3, 4. There was 8 courts. I think every class had like whatever, 16 teams. I mean 8. There was 4 courts. Every basketball session had 8 teams. There was 4 courts. So what ended up happening was he would always put me on the team where there was no good players on my team. I was the only good player on my team. So that means that in order for my team to win, that means I had to go and I had to play my ass off. So shout out to Coach Levine for doing that. That's what I think happens. That's how they help with the maturation of these basketball players that come into the NBA. And I think that's what they did to Trey Young. Shout out to BQ Mommy. Everybody say what's up to my sister-in-law. That's what I believe they did to Trey Young. Trey Young's first couple of years in the NBA, wasn't nobody on his team. His team wasn't shit. So what that did was that made him have to play harder. That made him have to be better. You understand what I'm saying? He wasn't able to come into the league and not do nothing. And I think that's what they tried to do. That's basically what happens with most young players. Because when you come into the league, you're going to be on whatever the worst teams are, right? Generally speaking. So I think that's what happened with Trey Young. I think that's one of the reasons also why Trey Young's kind of a villain. But he deserves to be, he should be a villain. You feel me? He was down there in Atlanta busting his ass. Wasn't nobody caring about him or his movement. Dog Soldier says, I live in a gunshine state. I move around with a handgun and semi-automatic rifle and have shooter's insurance also. My safety and the safety of my loved ones is paramount. Maybe a dog or two. I got a little bit of handle. A little bit. Might dribble it. I might go out and oh man, my shoulder, that's why. That's right. My shoulder's messed up. My shoulder's messed up. I got like a problem with my neck or something. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, Trey Young is good. I like that. I like that celebration he do. I like it. Celebration is dope. Trey Young is good. I think that he just happens to have a team. That Collins dude on his team is a beast. Not for nothing. That Collins guy is a beast. I think Trey Young is he's in a situation. He's winning. Tory Lanez was in a car accident. Look what he wrote. Tory Lanez was almost in a car accident. Look what he wrote.
We got a car accident in a fucking Uber. Look at that. Oh my gosh, bro. Niggas almost just died. We got a car accident in a fucking Uber. Look at that. Oh my gosh, bro. Niggas almost just died. We got a car accident.
I don't think Meg is setting anything up. Get out of here. You think Meg is calling people up like, there you go? No, Meg ain't setting nothing up. She's upset that he did the song with Tory, but we're not doing that. Meg ain't setting nothing up. That was probably just a situation. He feels a way, as he probably should. He feels a way. But that was just a... we'll see what comes up what comes out of that after this.
Believe in that nigga. Finally.
Dude, I don't care how much she don't like him. I don't think she trying to get him killed. What the fuck? Shout out to Stilo Facts. You think she's trying to get him killed? You think she's actively out there trying to get Tory Lanez killed? If anybody trying to get Tory Lanez killed, it ain't her. What the heck? You know what? Everybody's right. She's trying to get... That's what's happening. How about that? Everybody's right. That's 100% what's happening. We at 10:48. We gonna get up out of here. Nope, that's 100% what's happening. 100%. Now, if anybody comes and they tells me anything, I'm just gonna say it's right. That's it. I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here. I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here. Yeah, I'm not arguing about nothing. No, I'm perfectly fine. Kind of wish I was less safe, to be honest with you. With that being said, I'm gonna get up out of here. Everybody enjoy your day. Go do something productive. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Grown Stormers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got.